Jai Sadgurudeo. Good morning to all of you. My name is Turaj and I have joined the Satsang from Connecticut. Welcome to weekly Satsang organized by North American Institute of Vihangam Yoga. In the current times, our day-to-day life has become busy in fulfilling our physical and mental requirements and social responsibilities. In this fast-paced routine life, the requirements of the soul are often forgotten. So first, I would like to congratulate each one of you for taking some time from your busy schedule to fulfill the requirements of your soul through satsang. Through this satsang, you will experience the benefits of yoga and pranayama, which can positively impact your health and nourish your body. We will now engage in a series of yogasanas to promote physical and mental well-being. Before we begin, please read the disclaimer carefully. By participating in the activity, you agree and acknowledge and take responsibility of any such results. Yogasanas are very helpful in keeping our body fit and healthy. We are very fortunate to get this human body. Human body is the only body which is capable of achieving salvation. In fact, salvation is the ultimate goal of human life. Vihangam Yoga provides the knowledge and guidance of Sadguru that helps us achieve this goal. Please let us know if you are interested in knowing more about Vihangam Yoga and learn meditation technique to get started in your spiritual journey. We have Sulva Soniji from Vihangam Yoga family. She hails from Mumbai, India, and she will be guiding us with yoga asanas. I would like to now hand over to Sulvaji. Over to you, Sulvaji.
Thank you, Ritu. Jai Sadgurudeo, everyone. Am I audible
Yes, Sulvaji.
as well as visible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Namaste, everyone. Jai Sadgurudeo. So today, thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to take the session. Let me give my best. So today, the session will be all about the pranayama. Okay. So let me give a short definition of pranayama. Basically, if you look into the Patanjali Yoga, okay, because that was the Prachin Yoga, you can say, the ancient yoga, okay. So in that, the Stanga Yoga, the fourth chapter, or you can say like the fourth step, was the pranayama, okay. So pran plus ayam, that means pranayam, okay. Pran means a breath. Okay, whatever we take an inhalation, exhalation. Inhalation is known as Purak. Exhalation was called as Rechak. Got it? That was all about Prana. Talking about Ayam. Ayam means like you have to do it with Niyam. That is rules and regulation. If you're doing pranayama thoroughly, you are doing perfectly, everything is fine with your pranayama timings, your steps, you're looking after each and every minute thing in the pranayama, everything is fine, but you're not having a proper, what do you can say, a proper food. Okay, if you don't take proper food, you don't take a proper sleep, you don't like invest properly, thoroughly from your mind. Okay, you're doing pranayama and you're thinking lot many thoughts is going on in your mind. So no use of doing pranayama. Nothing. It will not show any effect on your body. Got it? So this was all about pran plus ayam. Both together pranayam. That means when you're doing inhalation as well as exhalation, your mind, your heart should be together with you, with your physical body. This was whole concept of pranayama. Now, talking about how and when we can do pranayama. So, before you begin with doing pranayama, if you think the atmosphere where you live is not that good, like if you're living at the roadside area, all the dust and particles come in, so there's no good atmosphere at the home. So you can do one thing. You can just he you can use the lamp or the ghee ka diya type and agarbatti or some candles or something. You can just make the atmosphere good, nice fragrance, and then start with pranayama so that it will control your mood. All right. Next thing, the best place to do pranayama is under the sky. It's 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 not easy to get, you know. Like today, everywhere is like, no open sky you can find. It's very difficult to sit in the open sky and do, or just beside the river basin. It's very difficult to sit there. So you can just do one thing, open your window or lamp diya or something and make your atmosphere like you are feeling the coldness. You can feel the breath and breeze, the air flowing, everything that comes in the your overall atmosphere, which you create for the pranayama. The ayam, what I said, prana, ayam. Second thing of the pranayama. Third, if you're talking about pranayama, you have to take a proper seat. Okay, talking about sit, you can sit however in Sukhasana, Padmasana, you can even sit in lotus posture. Anyhow, you can sit in Siddhasana as well. Wherever you're comfortable, however you're comfortable, because comfortable should be must. If you're not comfortable, you will be like your attention will be to create a comfort zone. So basically sit as you feel comfortable. If you cannot sit on the floor, not an issue. You can sit on chair and do pranayama. Thing is that you have to take a comfort zone to sit in pranayama. Secondly, how to sit. You sat the sitting posture I told you, then your wrist should be straight. Your spinal cord, spine should be straight. It should be not like too much low, making C of your body. Should be straight. Hands will be talking about hands. You can keep in Dhyana Mudra. You can keep in Apana Mudra. This is the Apana Mudra. You can also keep in Vayu Mudra. Anything is fine. Whichever you feel comfortable. Kept hands in. I mostly prefer to use Jnana Mudra. Okay, it's also called as Chinna Mudra. Keep your hands in Gyan Mudra, Chinna Mudra, any mudra, whichever you like. Next thing, your neck position. Few people, while they do pranayama, they start like falling down and like this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Keep your neck as well straight. Not too much up, not too much low. It should be straight. Okay, so this was whole thing where you are prepared for pranayama. Okay, the sitting positions, the atmosphere. Now, speaking, the most important thing is your mind. You're prepared. Okay, so prepare internally as well. Physically, everything is done. Good atmosphere, good place to sit, comfortable zone. Now comes your internal. So before you start with pranayama, tell yourself or like give a reminder, awareness to yourself, to your body, top to bottom, that now is the time you're going to do pranayama. Got it? Everyone, do it. Prepare yourself. Take deep breaths in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's start chanting Om. Deep breath in. Start chanting Om. Remember your mind and your heart. should be connected to each other. Hold attention on your breath. Oh. Once again, take a deep breath in through the chest. Oh. Last round, take a deep breath in. Oh. Everyone, join your hands, close your eyes. Let's begin with the breath. Oh. Sahana bhavatu sahano bhunatu sah vidyam karvavahe tejasvinavadhetamastu ma vidvishavahhe. Everyone together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Start rubbing your palms with each other, make it warm, and slowly place it on your eyes. Feel the warmness, gently open your eyes with a gentle smile. If you guys can on your camera, that will be great for me to teach. Like, I can feel that vibe. I'm talking to people, like I'm not talking to a screen, right? So that will be helpful for me. Okay. So now we will start with pranayama. There are total 8 kind of pranayama and the rest are kriya, 6 kriyas. So today we will focus on pranayama. Okay, all things related to your breath. First is Bastrika pranayama. Remember Bastrika pranayama. Let me tell you who have to not do, okay? Who have to avoid doing Bastrika pranayama. Firstly, people who have high blood pressure. Okay. Anyone here with high blood pressure? Kindly avoid doing that. You don't have to do it. Secondly, people who have something related to heart issue, like recently got heart attack or something, please avoid doing that. And thirdly, people who have asthma. Okay. So kindly do it slow or completely just don't do it. And the rest, all of them can do it. Ready? Everyone, let me show the alignment how to do it. With inhalation, you have to open your hands up. With exhalation, thumb in, whole finger close. Very good. Inhale up, exhale down. And. Normally I told you, but what about the technical speaking? Technical speaking, you have to take your breath through chest. Don't make use of belly. Okay, few people say, how come it is possible? Like we usually take breaths from belly. So you gonna take till your diaphragm, not more than that. Don't go more than that. Don't go towards your belly. Be up only. Let's do it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's do it for 1 minute. 1 minute practice of each pranayama. That will be like in a normal way. but you should practice each pranayama at least for 5 minutes. Okay, that is the normal, you can say, okay, normal is 5, and maximum you can go as much as you want. But remember, you have to manage all the 8 pranayamas. So you have to decide the time, but minimum 5 minutes. Okay, more. Now speed up. Little bit speed. Okay, more 20 seconds, little bit speed up. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Till then, I will tell you about what's the benefit of this pranayama. When you do this pranayama, the Bhastrika pranayama, your all the ovules of your lungs will open up. You know, ovules, they are very, very minute. So that will open up. Your lungs will be strengthened. You will be able to live longer. You have heard that if your lungs is very strong, you can live longer. Okay, your lungs and your calf muscle, second is, which is here, the muscles located over here. That is, if that is strong, you can live for longer. Okay, secondly, it will help you to focus, to concentrate. Because if your breath, your thoughts is under your control, everything you can achieve, right? So this was all about your Bhastrika pranayama. Second pranayama is Kapalabhati. I think a lot of people over here know the Kapalabhati. Like Ramdev Baba is famous for it, right? Okay, let me tell you the first alignment. Same way, thing is that you have to keep your hands in Apana Mudra. That is totally upon you. If you keep your hands in Apana Mudra, that will help you out to take your breath top to bottom. Apana Mudra. So for Apana Mudra, you have to take your middle finger and your ring finger, hold with your thumb. Place it on the knees, make your spine straight, and you just have to focus on your exhalation. Do not try to inhale. Inhalation will automatically happen because nature is there, right? You have to give some part to nature also. So nature will automatically take the breaths. Just you have to focus on your exhalation. Ready? Everyone, let's do it. Let me tell the who should avoid doing it. Firstly, recently anyone have the operation, so don't do that. Okay. Operation over the stomach. Don't do that. Okay. Accident or something. Don't do. Women's over here, if anyone is pregnant, do it slow or kindly avoid doing it. Okay. Do it slow. That means you have to do very, very slow. Okay. Don't force yourself that way. Thirdly, who have not completed your daily routine. Okay. No daily routine. Don't do it because it will show the reverse effect. You can do, okay, you can do, but it will show you a little bit reverse effect if you continuously do wrong. So please don't do that. Okay. Thirdly, uh, heart attack people recently visited, or you have some issues like if you hold your breath, then you get pain over your chest. So don't do them. Ready, everyone? Let me show the alignment. Inhale first and exhale through chest. Do not exhale through tummy. Few people, I will show you what is the wrong way. Few people, they make this focus on the movement of the tummy, They show like, yeah, I can do that. See, I'm doing the Kapalabhati. No way. You are not doing the Kapalabhati. That is just a show. Actual Kapalabhati, your stomach will not move much. Only your chest will move and little. And if you're doing fast, then you can find movement in your um stomach. Let's do it. Just moment. Till then, let me tell you the benefit of Kapalabhati. It's called the Rambard. Rambard for diabetes patient. If you have issues like constipation, lot of gas problem, if you do daily practice for 10 to 15 minutes, you will be able to overcome with it. You will really find a change in your stomach. It helps you to burn the fat of your stomach, okay? All the abdominal. It increase or strengthen up the liver, help you in digestion. Okay, your digestive system will be very, very strong if you do daily practice of Kapalabhati. Okay, regular practice. To make think about it, regular practice of 15 to 30 minutes. If you want your digestion be so strong, then or else minimum 5 minutes of Kapalabhati. 20 minutes more. 20. Let's do it fast. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Next pranayama is Brahma pranayama. Okay, let me tell you how to do the Brahma pranayama. You have to keep your hands open, place it on your thighs, lean your body a bit forward. Okay, you can place it on knees also. Okay, you will get a good gap. Like, okay, Zia, you can do it. You can place it on your, yeah, that's great. Lean your body a bit forward. Now, first inhale deeply, touch your chin to the chest, and hold your breath. As much long as you can hold your breath, try to hold it. Om Chan, Om 9, Om 8, Om 7, Om 6, Om 5, Om 4, Om 3, Om 2, Om 1. Exhale and relax. Then inhale and relax yourself. Okay, once more. Inhale. Lean your body a bit forward. Touch your chin to the chest. And hold your breath. This will help you to strengthen your lungs, help you to trigger your diaphragm, help you in digestion, help you to massage or gentle, you know, to your small intestine, large intestine. Okay, if you feel uncomfortable or you cannot hold for a long time, just exhale and inhale, come up and relax. One more last round we will do. Ready, everyone? Inhale, chest. Hold your breath to chest or more over diaphragm. Don't go to the belly. Hold it. Om 5, Om 4, Om 3, Om 2, Om 1. Exhale and relax. Wow. Okay. So this was three pranayama. I will just take a quick one last pranayama. The rest we will do to next week. Okay. Next pranayama we will do Anulom Vilom. I think most of the people are aware because all yogis are sitting here, all the meditators are sitting here. So you might be well aware about Anulom Vilom. Let's do 3 rounds of Anulom Vilom. One hand in Vayu Mudra, second hand in Dhyana Mudra. Okay? Place the Vayu Mudra hand, close your right nostril. Always remember, you have to take your first breath to your left nostril. Close your left nostril, exhale through right nostril. Inhale through right nostril. and exhale it through left nostril. This whole was one round. Let's do more two rounds. Ready? Inhale it through left. Exhale it through right nostril. Inhale it through right. Exhale it through left. Let's do third round. Inhale left nostril. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Relax your hands. So we have did 3 rounds. Minimum for anything you can do 3 rounds or more you can. It's all upon you. So this was all about today. I did just I think yeah, I covered 4 pranayamas. You can do this and you got the benefit as well. Like if you're talking about Anulom Vilom, it's called the master of the pranayama. Like it consists of everything, top to bottom, considering your body, your physical, your lungs, your brain, your thoughts, everything can be controlled through Anulom Vilom. Okay, it's very, very powerful pranayama. Let's conclude the session. Join your hands, everyone. Close your eyes and let's begin with that. Oh. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. Everyone together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Start rubbing your palms, make it warm, create an energy which is your energy, absolutely pure. Place it on your eyes. Feel the warmness gently massage your face. Let's do Bhumi Naman. Take your hands back, exhale it down. Pray to the Almighty God, the Mother Nature. Thanks to everyone, parents, Guru, people around you. Give greeting to each and everyone. Inhale up. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week ahead. See you on next week. Thank you. Jai Shri
Thank you, Sulbaji, for guiding us through the yoga asanas. Such simple postures can make a big difference in our well-being. Thank you again for your guidance. You can reach out on the number shown at the bottom of the screen to register for group yoga classes with Sulbaji. Let us move to the next phase of today's satsang. Let us recognize the warriors of the week. We all know that the best time to meditate is Brahm Muhurt between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. But most of us are unable to take advantage of this time. To encourage all of us, NAIVY has started a WhatsApp group called Brahm Muhurt Warriors. The goal of the participants is to participate in practicing Brahm Muhurt meditation on their own and report status on the group by sending them as a message on the group. There is no session to join. If you are interested in joining this group, please let us know and we will send you the link. It's time to congratulate warriors of the week who have meditated in Brahm Muhurt every single day of the week. This week, we have Saroj Gupta ji, Surya Lamraju ji, Vijay Kumar ji, Radha ji, Ranjan Kumar ji from Atlanta, Yogesh Seshagir ji, Prachi Seshagir ji, Anjali Kumar ji, and Mukesh Kumar ji as warriors of the week. Inductees of the week are those disciples who have meditated for at least one day of the week. And the inductees are Rajkumar Gupta ji, सुभाष जी, अमित तालकर जी, नवनीत जंडू जी, भागवती पटेल जी, मनोज गुप्ता जी, माया वर्मा जी, भावना श्रीवास्तव जी, अजय मुजार जी, श्रीराम जी, रविशंकर जी, अनुकुमार जी, रजनी जी, सुधांशु जी, and Lalmini ji. Thanks to Navi for such a great initiative and warriors and inductees of the week to encourage all of us. It is inspiring to see that the list is growing day by day. We started with a few people and now we have reached the count of 20 plus. That is very encouraging. We'll now transition to the next phase of Satsang. It's called Vihangam Yoga Fundamentals or the Principles of Vihangam Yoga. It's a classroom style interactive session that will help us deepen our understanding and confidence in sharing the profound teachings of Vihangam Yoga. By joining us in full strength on Sunday Satsangs, we can collectively build a stronger and more confident Navy Samaj. Let's come together with open hearts and minds to learn, grow, and inspire each other. Our instructor for the day is none other than Pradhan Sevak of Navy, Mr. Vijay Kumachi, who is sincere disciple of Sadgurudeo and inspires us with his seva and devotion. We have had the opportunity to listen to him in the past satsangs and indulge into deep spiritual knowledge. I would like to request Vijayji to please take us through this fundamental segment. Over to you, Vijayji.
Jai Sadgurudeo. So just a recap of the progress that we wanted to make through this workshop on progressive journey. This forum that we use every Sunday from 9 a.m., we first begin to discipline our body with yoga by Sulbhaji. Asana that we perform for the body, the very purpose of asana is to establish the peace and happiness in the body. Isthiram Sukham Asanam. Asana is the one where you can establish yourself in perfect stability and with ease, with comfort, without any issue in the body. This also means that we want to be disease-free, we want to be flexible. Just like the asana of the body, the breathing, the pranayam that we do are important for the stability, for the happiness of the body. We similarly need to perform certain practices for the happiness, for the stability of our mind. And then we go a step beyond for the stability and happiness of our soul. When we look at ourselves in front of the mirror, we see these three layers, though we see only the physical layer, our human body, but we are functioning as a composite element made of the body, mind, and soul. Mind has other faculties also, but primarily in our day-to-day life, the interface of the inner faculty is the mind itself. Without mind, our intellect will not work. Without mind, our chitta will also not work. Without mind, our ahankar, which makes us functional, which makes us actional, that will remain idle. mind is the reason for even activating our buddhi, our intellect, our chitta, which is the repository of all our impressions of life. Mind is the reason for making even our trigger of action, the ahankar, that also gets functional only because of the mind. Because mind is what provides consciousness to these inner organs. And mind receives the consciousness from the spirit, from the soul. So mind is the interface. Mind is the one that even captures the subjects from the sensory organs. Despite things are happening in front of us, but if we do not apply our mind into those senses, then the subject will not reach to the soul. So mind is the interface. And so when we are functional in the outer world, primarily, we can say that the body, mind, and soul, these three interfaces are involved in making all the actions and also deriving all the experiences. We are touching about mind here because this mind, as we discussed in previous session, that this mind is very tameable. You can make the mind the way you want. The kind of actions we force ourselves to involve in, mind will start developing the affinity towards it. And mind will start running towards that. So mind is tameable. You can tame it. You can mold it. But shifting mind from what it is molded upon to what you want to mold it upon, this transition is the purusharth, the sangharsh, the struggle that we need to go through. Mind will not be ready for this transition. And this is where we began the session with the discipline. We said we need to then bind the mind with the rules of life. We need to make certain rules in our life. It is something like this. When we go for any classroom sessions, maybe we are not paying full attention on everything that is being taught in the classroom first few days. And then the teacher announces, hey, there is a test exam in couple days. And these are the syllabus. These are the subjects that you need to be prepared upon. And upon getting that pressure of test, quiz, we then start paying a little better attention on those subjects and we get better prepared. So mind requires certain kind of discipline, certain kind of bound, some pressure. If you are naturally not attracted towards it, some actions that you don't love to do, either the love, your motivation for doing that will come automatically, either by love. If you already love to do it, then you are naturally attracted towards those actions. But if not, if we, and of course that is the case, I mean, we want to make a transition. We want to upgrade our virtues. We want to become a better version of what we are today. So of course, we want to transition into some higher level, higher higher, upgraded version of myself, ourselves. And so we definitely would have to make a discipline for that, because mind is naturally not there yet. Mind is not ready for that. So some of us started sleeping in time. Some of us started also paying attention on what we eat, how much we eat. And we had a round of feedback session on that a few weeks back. But I just want to reiterate that these things are lifelong thing. It's not just because we are talking here, but if we really want to continue making progress, then we will have to keep our life. Every sadhak make the discipline as integral part of their life. It's not just one-time thing. Just like in last session, Utkarsh ji brought up a point of meditation versus meditativeness. We also need to bring discipline only, not just temporary, but discipline unless our body itself naturally become disciplined and just naturally start following that. We have to initially force ourselves, and then we will become disciplined. Automatically, our body, mind will start following that cycle. It will not feel right if you eat heavy in the night. It will not feel right when you stay awake very late. Automatically, that feeling will develop. Your body will start demanding it. But no matter whether you are naturally there or you're forcing yourself there, you start living a disciplined life. That is the bottom line. Without discipline, nothing can happen. So there's no discount on this yet. So I hope everybody is paying very close attention on their habits, their discipline. Hope everybody, including me, I'm staying conscious about sleeping in time, getting proper sleep, and still waking up early in the morning, and also eating right. The bottom line is we need to shift from greed to the need. Do only as much as required, not more than that. Whatever we are involved in, do it in the right quantity. That is how you start saving time. That is how you start saving your health. And then we touched upon living in wisdom. And as we spoke last time, that this topic is going to continue multiple sessions. Here we touched on again, making some principles in your life. And this is how you start living with the principle. A principled life is not only about living a disciplined life, but principled life means you follow certain philosophy. Your actions would be based upon those philosophy. Meaning people should be able to predict this person cannot do this action. Cannot do meaning he is capable to do, but he will not do because he is not of that type. What type of personality you are, that should be very, very clear to everybody. You should be a person who is well defined. He is this kind of person. And that is possible only when you start living with certain principles. And this is where everybody should really work upon and make some principles in their life. And the sample code of conduct was just discussed last time. This is just a sample. I'm not saying this is what you need to make your code of conduct, but you need to decide that what is something that you're faltering upon, you're failing upon, and you really want to win over that. So make some principle that no matter what in future now, I will never ever fall prey to that, and I'll do something. I'll never do that. So I'll just make this list that this is what I will not do, this is what I'll do. And it should be in line with what? It should be in line with making you a better version. Right? The goal is only this, that what is the purpose? The purpose is to become eligible for our evolution, eligible for our meditation to progress, eligible for spiritual upliftment. And that eligibility is, the truth is the word that I used here because that encompasses everything. Truth also encompasses purity. And when the purity and the truth are spoken together, that encompasses, leaving behind all the bad vices, bad thoughts, bad actions. Only the truth can meet another truth. And the supreme truth, the Sat Chit Anand, the Almighty, is hidden from us only because we are not yet the complete truth by our action, by our thoughts. So living in wisdom actually is about recognizing what is something which is related to the goal of my life and start making progress towards that track. What is required from my end to joyfully trade into that track, move in that track happily, joyfully, doing everything that is needed in our life and yet making progress towards that. This is what is living in wisdom. So let us make little more progress on that. I'm not going to describe what Utkarshji discussed last week about meditation versus meditativeness. But what we are going to touch upon today is that how to lead our life in wisdom. We are doing our daily activities. That comes under what? Right? What we do in our life is everybody's personal choice and personal engagement. What we do does not matter. But leading life in wisdom requires us to pay attention on how we do it. How we do it. We want to nourish the attributes with which we lead our life. So wisdom, living in wisdom is related to the attributes, the virtues that we want to nourish. No matter what circumstances we are thrown into, what is our inner state? Are we staying patient? Are we forgiving in nature? No matter what we do, are we staying controlled? Are we staying conscious, aware? Are we nourishing these attributes in everything we do? We act with patience, have little forgiveness for things that is forgivable, have control on our senses, on our mind, lead a controlled life, lead a conscious life, stay aware, conscious. Staying truthful in every moment of our life. These are certain attributes that we nourish in whatever we do in our life. And why we are doing that? So that we stay pure, we stay truthful, we stay eligible for our meditation to progress. Every time we sit for meditation, if our actions has disturbed these inner state and these inner attributes, the actions that we performed in our 24 hours, last previous 24 hours, that is going to impact our present meditation. So our actions has to nourish these attributes and make it even better, stronger, so that our meditation continue to progress, no matter what we do. So every time staying as a sadhak is what is required. Every moment is a sadhana. Living in wisdom meaning every moment you make it meditative, as Utkarshji mentioned last week also. Every moment you utilize for your sadhana. Sadhana means something that you want to establish, you want to prove, you want to imbibe, and you make every moment an opportunity for you to strengthen that. Now, this is about how we want to live our life. Now, little more that we want to touch upon is the ignorance versus wisdom. Ignorance versus wisdom. What is ignorance? Ignorance is when many people think that, okay, I think that whatever my mind says may not be correct, but whatever my heart says may be right. Okay? Many people think that heart is always right. Heart is right, mind may be right or wrong. When we say heart is right, your heart says, okay, this is something that I should do, and this is something we should not do. We must know that whatever comes from your heart is actually the reflection of the ideas from heart is the reflection of our preserved actions thoughts, intuitions from Chitta. Whatever we have done in this life, whatever we have done in previous life, all past lives, everything is in the Chitta. Everything is in the Chitta. Now, what feels right to you from your heart may not feel right to another person by his or her heart. What does it mean? It means that if there is something absolutely right, then it should feel right to everybody, right? But that's not the case. You will find that from inside, from your heart, something feels right to you, but that may not feel right to some other person. If that person has a better visibility of the situation, if has more experience, then he may enlighten you and say why this is not right. And from that day on, suddenly your heart also start feeling different way, because now something else has triggered in your chitta, has gone into your chitta, that started making the choices differently. So your heart will say, oh, all these long I thought I was doing right. But after I knew about it, then I got enlightened about the reality. And now I don't feel right about it. So following blindly what mind says or what your heart says is not living in wisdom. Neither the mind nor the heart. But living in wisdom means knowing the truth from the realized yogis and following the life under that principle. That is what is living in wisdom. Only a realized yogi who have seen the truth. We do not have experience of the complete reality, but Sadguru has, the one who is completely enlightened, such yogi have the experience of the reality. And this is why it is said that follow the principles of Sadguru. What Sadguru has laid the principle of life, living and molding our life into that principle is what is called living in wisdom. Then what is living in ignorance? Living in ignorance is when we are deprived of that wisdom, and whatever is transient, we think that is permanent. We go for happiness outside, whereas the happiness is inside. We still keep spending our life chasing something which is not going to make us completely happy. Not putting any effort in the inward flow of our consciousness, rather engaging ourselves completely in the outward flow of consciousness all the time, is what living in ignorance. We are constantly either flowing our consciousness outward or only when the Sadguru blesses us, our consciousness goes inward. When consciousness goes inward, then suddenly there is a separation. There is a separation from the allurement, attractions of materialistic subjects. When consciousness goes inward, suddenly the vairagya start rising, because now you start experiencing the transient nature of the outer subjects. But all that is very higher level. We are touching upon this because that is the goal. Our goal is to become that, where we start living with joy, with the happiness, without being dependent on the outer subjects. This is our goal. Our mind is not there yet. Our mind is not ready there. So what should we do? What should we do so that we become that, or we at least become the seeker of that, and put an effort joyfully? And this is where taming of mind comes into picture. We need to start taming our mind for that. Sant Pravar Sri Vigyan Devji Maharaj says how to tame the mind. Whenever something you know is not right and your mind is attracted towards it, you should immediately start contemplating, repeat the opposite thing, something that you want, that you should do. The opposite thinking in the mind is how you suppress the compelling incorrect thought. Incorrect thought that was compelling you to get into certain actions, experience. If you want to save yourself, you want to safeguard yourself from that, then immediately you should start thinking, contemplating, introspecting about the spiritual wisdom, or start remembering Master as a protector. Protect me, I'm getting this thought, please, I want to really stay in the right track. I don't want to detract myself. When the seed of thought has not yet germinated into action, if right then and there we start suppressing that with the positive thought, with the thoughts that's more inclined towards making spiritual progress, then it becomes easier to deal with it. But when it becomes intense, and you allow it to become intense because we were not conscious, we are not aware, we are not meditative all the time, when we are not sadhak all the time, then we fall prey to it. We get into those things that we should not do. Living in wisdom require us to stay very, very conscious all the time, very, very aware all the time, very conscious. What kind of thought I'm getting? Don't let even thought give a room to rise, something that is going to pull you back from making spiritual progress. Don't allow that thought to rise and get into action. The moment thought comes, the first thought is going to actually trigger a series of thought. That is how the brittis are stored in chitta. Chitta has a chain of thoughts. So the first subject that triggers a thought will pull another related thought. And this is where we don't want that to happen. We We want to kill the engine itself. Don't let the other trail of bogies follow that. Kill the engine right then and there. So we need to stay conscious all the time. And what is the principles? What is the life that we want to live with? We want to live a life where we only purify ourselves and purify joyfully. We should feel joy in sacrifice. For example, if we have to sacrifice our time for something more fruitful, for example, if we have to give our time in spreading the message of spirituality to others, for that we have to sacrifice some of our personal liking, some of the thing that we have to sacrifice. We have to find time to do that. But you'll find joy in doing it only when you have this very positive thought always in your mind that I know that for my spiritual progress, it is important to perform the seva. If this thought becomes very intense in our head, that for my spiritual progress stand on the foundation of seva. This is one thought that we have to make very intense in our head. More we think about it, that am I doing seva? What is the best seva? The best seva is to spread the message of Brahma Vidya. जातीय राष्ट्र समाज की सभी सेवा जान, उत्तम सेवा जगत की ब्रह्म विद्या कर ज्ञान. The best form of seva is spreading the message of Brahma Vidya, so that the soul could liberate from the bondages. You solve one problem by doing elementary seva, but eventually the soul has to be freed from the bondages. And so the best seva is to bring soul in the path of Brahma Vidya, in the path of meditation process that elevate them into that state of liberation, into the state of devotion. So spreading, bringing people in the fold of Sadgurudeo, in the shelter of Sadgurudeo, this is the best seva. But are we feeling joyful in doing that? We will feel joyful in doing that only when we tame our mind for it. We want to do things joyfully, but for us to do it joyfully, it requires our mind to be ready for that. Only when the mind is ready for that, hungry for that, thirsty for it, it really wants to do it, then you start feeling joy in sacrificing the other things and do this. So doing joyfully require our mind to be ready for that. For mind to be ready, we need to have a habit of raising the contrary thoughts against something which is pulling you away from seva. Something that pulls you away from seva, just have a contrary thought right then and there. Am I doing seva? Am I spending time in seva? What did I do yesterday? Did I do seva? Did I do seva the previous day? Living in wisdom requires us to live a life with seva, sadhana, and satsang. Am I doing sadhana? Oh, I got little room of time. If I don't have to do seva, can I try to meditate little more? Can I read some spiritual books to just nourish my chitta with more of a spiritual thoughts? The kind of things you read, the kind of things you hear, the kind of things you see that starts taking the prominent role in creating the thought within you. Meaning our chitta keeps storing everything. Everything that you see, you hear, you read, our chitta is storing everything and will give rise to that kind of vrittis. So for us to mold our mind, it is important that we create an ambience, we create a surrounding such a way that you always give room to the vrittis, to the thought, which is more supportive for you to remain in the spiritual track. This preparation is required. So find a book that you think you have not read and written by Sadguru in Vihangam Yoga, Sadguru Sadafaldevji Maharaj, Sadguru Standevji Maharaj. We must find a book, and when you start reading those books, slowly you will start developing affinity towards spiritual progress. You will like to lead a life like that. When you start spending little more time in sadhana and start recognizing that when I'm doing sadhana, my mind is not yet feeling joyful. And if you recognize that, then slowly this mind will start, changing. The first thing is to recognize, repent that, for some reason, I don't feel joyful in doing that. This very thought itself is very good to have. This is the beginning, because that's when you will do some solution for that. And the solution for that is very simple. That when we sit for meditation, if we don't feel joyful, then there is something wrong going on within ourselves. And we need a savior. And this is where the prayer comes into picture. If we are not feeling joyful, then that means something needs to be corrected within ourselves. And this is where Guru Vandana has been written. In Guru Vandana, this is what exactly is expressed by a Shishya to the master. So when you read Guru Vandana, when you sit in front of Guru, start finding joy in singing Guru Vandana itself. You're praying to the Guru that I have all the raga, dvesha, and all the demerits within myself. I want to get rid of it. I want to be pure. Please make me eligible. All these words that are written in Guru Vandana will then touch you, and you will really feel transforming, as if something has started happening just by offering daily prayers. So living in wisdom also required to have a space for prayers. We must have a space for prayers in our lives. Every sadhak of Vihangam Yoga at least perform one time prayer in the evening, but there are sadhaks who find room for prayer in the morning as well. So we should try to find some space for prayer, and that too on daily basis, not only once a week or something like that. The prayer must have a place in our daily life. Prayers make it has a big role in keeping us on track, because when we sit in front of the master to offer prayer, why in front of the master? Because here we are talking about making the spiritual progress. If any one of us are performing any other prayer, that has a different role. Guru has a different role. There's no replacement of Guru. So whatever prayer we are offering, we still have to add a prayer for the Guru. Because only when we pray to the Guru, then we develop a thread of devotion between you and Guru. And that thread of devotion for the Guru is what is going to act as a path or as a medium for Guru to bestow his energy on you. Only when the Guru bestows his energy on us, then something happens in meditation. So for meditation journey, for spiritual journey, Guru is the God for us. For everything else, let's say our daily life, we are already habitually, traditionally, we are doing some prayers, but that has a different role. Here we are talking about something we want to happen within ourselves in meditation. We want our consciousness to rise and start experiencing the elements which are inside, which are more subtle. And we are talking about becoming a person who do not go uncontrolled looking at the outer subjects. All that is related to Sadguru, all that is related to a Guru. It's not related to any other prayer. Only when we pray the Master who is capable of bestowing the blessings, who has that divine connections with the Almighty. Only when we pray the Master, the Sadguru, then that thread of devotion is established between the disciple and the Guru. Only when that thread of devotion is established, then the reaction happens. When you sit in front of the Guru every day for the prayer, the moment you are in front of the Guru, suddenly you will start feeling that, oh, I cannot sit joyfully or with confidence in front of the Guru if I have not done things right in my life. Because Guru is the embodiment of truth. When you sit in front of the truth, then you cannot sit with the burden of untruth in your life. If you have committed any intentional mistakes in your life, it will haunt you when you sit in front of the truth, in front of Guru. So automatically you'll start, praying that I know I have done some mistakes. I really want to better myself. I want to purify myself. You are the savior. He is called Bandi Chor. The Guru is the savior, the protector for disciple. So it is definitely right thing to do. Ask the Guru to protect. Please protect me in future. You are my savior. I have full faith on you. When this kind of preparation we do, then the transformational journey begins. We start becoming more purer, ready for getting or receiving the blessings from the Master. So living in wisdom, to summarize, is about living a life of purity, not getting attracted to the transient, inert subjects from more than required. Whatever is required, you have to do for your daily living, your life. But something beyond is not needed. What is needed is to make room for spiritual progress, spending and preparing time for doing sadhana, reading books, offering prayers, and involving ourselves in seva, spending more time in talking about it, spreading the message of Brahma Vidya to others. When we start living a life like that, and whatever daily life we do, there also staying truthful, always doing with complete consciousness, awareness, with control on our senses, with patience, with forgiveness, with those human virtues. When we start living a life like that, this is where the living in wisdom will become a reality. We will also touch upon in future session more about what is ignorance, what is the principle of Sadgurudeo, what is bondage that we need to break upon, because wisdom, as I said, encompasses many things. Wisdom is only when we start recognizing the hidden bondages that we are caught into, and then we aspire for breaking those bondages. So we'll touch upon all the subjects in future. I'm sorry today I could not make it interactive, but anybody has any questions, anything from their personal life, your heart feels that, yes, I really want to make this happen, or this is what is happening with me or with others, anything that you want to express with the open heart, please unmute and share your views on this.
Yes, Gurudev, Vijayji. This is Mukesh. Very nice session. I have just one question regarding the same topic. When you talk about, heart feels one thing, mind feels something else.
Yeah.
In normal people's life, this is kind of a, I'm sure common recurrence. When we're talking about a spiritual journey, definitely looking at Sadhguru's wisdom is the one. But how do we use a similar kind of idea in daily life, where you have, heart leading to one side, mind to the other side?
Oh, very, very right question, Mukeshji. And this is where actually the alertness comes into picture. We really cannot flow with emotions. When we're talking about mind versus heart, actually it is the emotion in action. We should never ever flow in emotion. Rather, we definitely need to go by fact, by truth. What is the reality? So staying in control all the time, staying conscious, staying detached. We should stay detached with things and look at the thing as it is. So for that, we require to know more about what we are going to do, not make the act based on emotions, but rather explore, give time to investigate little more, and we should try to know the fact as much as possible before making any decisions. So informed action is the way to go. Since we are not informed about certain aspect of it, we make wrong choices sometimes, even though our heart says it's right, but that's our emotion. The heart, only the yogi's heart is right. I'm saying so because when we say heart, many of us might be thinking heart means soul. That's what many people think. That heart means soul, and soul is always right. Our soul says this is right. Certain things everybody feels right, that yes, if anybody is helping any poor person, yeah, it feels right. Looking at, because it feels right, not because it's coming from soul. It feels right because you have seen it as right all throughout your life. So many things that we see in our life, many of us all have a common emotion for it. And so it is very easy sometimes to make these wrong assumptions that anything coming from heart is right. No, not everything coming from heart is right. Like somebody, I'm just giving you an example. For example, many of us have this wrong belief about the bhakti. Okay? Many of us have wrong belief about bhakti. Many of us think that if I just go to temple, offer my prayer, and then just watch my action, if my karma is right, then that is all, everything is perfect. This is all I need to do in the name of bhakti. Then some person also says that, oh, not even temple, if I just, if my action is right, if I help poor people, if I help needy people, this is the this is it, this is everything. And it comes from their heart, until we know the fact about the cycle of life and death, bondage of karma. When we start knowing more about the three bondages, the bondage of ajnanata, the bondage of inert and consciousness, the bondage of karma, how the karma plays role, and how the soul remains caught in the cycle of life and death, unless those wisdoms are imparted, their heart will feel right in doing that. But all because they didn't know that, oh, they need to meditate, they need to elevate, they need to separate their consciousness, go beyond the physical matter and start connecting with the consciousness. Unless this is imparted, and what happens if we do not do that and just spend time in doing good actions in one life? What is the repercussion of it? When all these wisdoms are shared and people accept that wisdom, then their heart starts saying, oh, this is not everything. I really need to spend more time in elevating my consciousness also, along with helping others, along with doing good actions. Elevation of consciousness from physicality to consciousness, this is also needed for the actual well-being of my soul. So all that, when the knowledge, when the wisdom goes into the soul, it rises beyond what their heart says, because now their heart itself start recognizing something beyond that. So yes, I mean, in our daily life also, staying detached is important. Always look at the thing as it is. Never ever let emotion flow in ourselves. Just stay detached, and then always have question before the emotions take the prominence. Just control, and then just try to know more about it before making any actions.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's a very, very good point. Definitely makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, so before we conclude, I just want to reiterate that please, if all of us want to really make the use of this session, then the discipline still has no discount. We need to stick to the discipline. How has been the experience of people for this last 2-3 weeks? Have we been able to uh, consistently improve our sleep routine, our diet routine? Any failure, any success that we want to share? Okay, I think we are already out of time. Thank you all for your patience. Over to you, Rituraj.
Thank you, Vijayji. All right, so yeah, we are done with this segment, Vihangam Yoga Fundamentals. Let's move on to the last phase, Shanti part. I'd like to request Suruchi ji to recite the last few lines of Shanti part for us. Over to you, Suruchi ji.
In Jai Sadgurudeo. हे प्रभु शांति स्वरूप हो, शांति शांति मैं शांति, शांति शांति जन शांति हो, पूर्ण शांति मैं शांति। हे प्रभु शांति प्रदान कर, दूर हो सर्व अशांति, देव सदा फल शांतिमय, शांति शांति सुख शांति। सद्गुरु सदाफल देव जी महाराज की जय।
Thank you, Suruchi ji, for chanting for the peace of everyone in this universe. May Sadguru Dev bless the entire cosmos with peace, love, and prosperity. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for joining today's satsang. I encourage everyone to ponder upon the principles that we learned today from Vijayji. I'd like to extend a heartfelt thanks to Sulvaji, Vijayji, Suruchiji, and Mukeshji for actively engaging in this session, and for the team behind this for organizing. I pray to Sadgurudeo for peaceful and spiritual week ahead for all of us. See you all next Sunday at 9 a.m. EST on the same Zoom session. Have a wonderful day ahead. Jai Sadgurudeo.